Hello and welcome to another MCO market update on SUI. Yeah, here on the SUI chart, we are potentially starting a bit of a recovery phase, but you see it. That's why I want to show you the bigger picture first. You see it on the larger time frame. The reaction to the upside is really not really noteworthy yet. It's too small. We had similar recoveries already here after the March lows and after the February lows. They didn't really lead anywhere. Also, the pullback is really very, very deep. $1.73 was reached in April. So any recovery is first of all viewed as a recovery rally, a corrective rally, which could lead to further downside afterwards unless we break above $4.17 decisively, which would open the door to targets in the $5 to $6 range. However, as mentioned before, SUI unfortunately broke key support here on the larger time frame. Therefore, a new high is possible, but would really only be a bonus. This correction is too deep to be clearly considered a fourth wave. Yeah, doesn't mean it has to drop like a stone. It means that still we can get recovery rallies, but most likely we wouldn't reach a new high. However, we're still tracking a recovery on the smaller time frame, and we will continue to focus on higher prices in the short term as long as micro support holds. But it is not necessarily anymore supported by the idea for one more high, even though it's possible. That's why it's still on the chart. It just needs to prove itself. Okay, let's take a look at the shorter time frame for SUI. What we're tracking here on the smaller time frame is a potential 5-wave move up. That would be the first indication that we are starting at least a larger recovery rally, maybe even a rally to new all-time highs. But as I said, that needs to prove itself. The main question here at the moment on this chart is actually, come on, do we have actually a low in place? Do we have some kind of a low in place? And the key support level let's say the level that must hold, obviously, to keep this assumption alive, or not even assumption, but potential alive, is the April low. But there are levels that we are tracking that are a little bit closer than this $1.71 level. And I'm talking about the micro support region between $2.05 and $2.18. This is, currently we have a very, very ugly pattern as a 3-wave move to the upside so far. I mean, I've got wave 1, wave 2, and then an ABC structure in wave 3. This here could be a 4th wave pullback, and we can still get another high in wave 5. It is only a 3-wave move. A few problems with this chart, and it's, as I said, it's an ugly pattern. The 3rd wave didn't even reach the 138% extension, so that means a different interpretations apply. I mean, I can easily interpret this in a different way. Okay, I could easily see it as maybe 1-2 setup in an extended C wave, even though that's very questionable as well, because that C wave would extend a lot. So yeah, I mean, this support area, however, would also cover this potential. Therefore, we have this zone to watch between $2.05 and $2.18. And I can tell you, below $2.05, I don't really have anything reliably bullish left. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I'm watching this, but below that red line and below the 61.8 retracement, it could easily make another low without any clear bullish setup. This will only become reliable, sort of, if we get 5 waves up as part of yellow wave 1, and then we can add support for the wave 2. Until then, we have a support zone to watch here, but you can see that SUI already is breaking below the trend line here. That's not a game changer. It's not a deal breaker, but it's also not great, okay? But the levels are guiding us. And if we assigned a microstructure here, then I think we can make a case for an ABC structure to the downside that's unfolding right now. So we can say, hey, we've got 3 waves down in wave A. I've got a B wave bounce, and this could be a C wave down that's unfolding as part of yellow wave 4. So it's still this area I'm watching, $2.18, $2.12, and $2.05. But we need to see an impulsive reaction before we break below $2.05 to keep the yellow and orange scenarios alive. And if we get another high, I'll shift that over here. If we get another high in yellow wave 5, then it should reach, I would say, at least $2.45, but better, $2.57, the 161.8 extension. That's the update about SUI. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.